Yes, we are. Man, they starting off crazy already today. Well, welcome back and thank you for tuning in again to this latest episode of My Turn, My Truth. Because when it's your turn, you do what?
Tell your truth.
Right here, you're looking at the Rice Man. Who else we got with us tonight?
Mata.
Mario.
Mackenzie.
Did you? Don't do that.
No, we just having fun. So what's up, everybody? I hope everybody had a wonderful week this past week. I have. Hopefully you did too. How was y'all week?
My week. Go ahead, Mary.
Oh no, you go ahead.
My week was great. My week was fun.
There you go.
Man, just work. Got a couple of days off. Thank God. Shout out to mental health. Not shout out. Hold on. No.
Mental health.
Health. Please have a healthy mental, man.
No.
Mental health matters.
But that was right. Shout out to taking care of your mental health. That's right.
Yeah. Please do that, fellas. Please do that.
And we want to send a special shout out to my niece, Che.
Yes,
Nicole.
ma'am. It's her birthday.
Happy birthday. We love you.
Mm-hmm.
And tune into the Pretty Spiel. That's her podcast.
Absolutely.
Wonderful
good
podcast.
Good stuff. Okay, so my week has been good because it's only Monday. So right now it's been good. So we'll see what the rest of the week.
Thursday. Honest to God, I swear to you.
Oh, we've been long.
I swear to you, I thought it was Thursday.
Everybody good?
Yeah. It's just been long. It's been good though.
Okay.
All right, one more thing. My sister's not here. If y'all don't,
Obviously.
can't
definitely
tell.
gonna get to that.
Just shout out to my sister. Follow her on all platforms at
M.KENNEDIII.
That's
Y'all
right.
do that. And her mom's little thing they got going on.
Her mom.
So I'm not your mom?
I'm just saying it's y'all's thing.
Yeah, her mom.
So,
Right.
what's the name of it?
What was it? Rice Girls Official?
Yeah.
Rice Girls Official on TikTok. Please follow that.
I think it's child. That's why I think it is. That's why I'm thinking it is.
Let me log in and make sure we don't have any comments going right now.
We got one person looking at us.
We're talking about
It might be
comments.
you. It might be you.
It's more people. They be blocking me from seeing.
It's okay.
But it's all right though.
So, what's our first topic today? Who gonna get us cranked up?
Oh, well, I will. I'll start. Okay, so I hope you had the video ready. So, I saw on TikTok where no, it actually was a real same thing. But anyways, this flight attendant that was released from her job because she was twerking on the empty plane. And before we dive into the actual discussion, I wanted Marlon to play the actual video so we can have the visual with what we're talking about. And then we'll go from there.
All right, let's see if I can get it started.
Working flight attendant who lost her job after this video went viral. Now she's speaking out in an interview with our Amber Cogliano.
She's the flight attendant whose twerking cost her dream job.
I didn't think that, being so happy can turn into something like this.
Nell Diallo was having a great time dancing and twerking in the aisle on an empty plane before an early morning flight.
I decided to just take advantage of the moment to wake myself up and kind of get myself hyped up for my day, basically.
She posted the video on TikTok along with the caption, "What's wrong with a little twerk before work?" But after the video went viral, she says Alaska Airlines fired her.
What did they say to you?
They just said that I broke their social media policy.
Nell had only been on the job for 6 months. She says she was twerking to celebrate the end of her probationary period.
Why did you decide to post the video?
And I was really proud of myself that I came so far. I just didn't think that my video and my post and the way I was dancing would be deemed as inappropriate.
So how did you feel in that meeting they told you lost your job?
I put on such a proud face every time I stepped on that plane. And for them to terminate me without giving me a chance, it just was unfair.
A representative from Alaska Airlines tells us they don't comment on personnel matters.
As this person says,
All right, that part.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna dive in. Of course, me with everything, I immediately run to the comments to see what has been said, and some of the comments kind of echo my own personal views. Me personally, I mean, I feel like it was inappropriate. I feel like she was in her company uniform. She's representing their airline. I'm sure there are social media policies that she had to sign off on in her employee hang guide, and you have to be a representation of that company when you're in their uniform, when you're on their time, and when you are in their aircraft. So they feel like that was a reflection upon them, that they did not want to be associated with their corporation. So as far as her being fired, I mean, I don't know if that was a bit extreme or not, because she just got off her 6-month probation. She said in her personal interview. So I don't know if she should have gotten a warning or if they should have went straight to termination, but obviously they felt like it was severe enough to go straight to termination. And that's what we have to understand when we're working for these employers. They have the final decision. Behind every action is a reaction or a consequence,
right,
that you have to own up to. And if you would have never did what you did, then we wouldn't be having this conversation at all.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel bad for the girl. I really feel bad for her. But I think if it hadn't gone viral, we'd probably be having a different discussion.
I agree.
We probably wouldn't even seen it.
Right, because the fact of the matter is, if to go viral, you need at least hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands.
A good little bit.
Yeah.
But hundreds of thousands, maybe a million people watching the video, that's going to give them a depiction of what they feel like that airlines is.
Exactly.
If they say, no, I ain't riding on the airline, they ghetto. Or they be twerking and stuff on the plane. I don't even know if I want to ride on that type of plane. I mean, that's what happened here.
Exactly.
The company said, oh, boy, you hurting our bottom line with this one. You can't do this. And, along with what you said, once you wear the company logo and you're in their property doing it, or their place of business, you got to conduct yourself accordingly. But the fact of the matter is, it went viral, and they're saying that's not how we want our company viewed.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely know that we ain't gonna have a conversation if it didn't go viral. That's how we're not having a whole bunch of conversations because they're not going viral. But in the sense of this one went viral.
Well, I'm just saying that's why she was fired, because it went viral, not because we're having this conversation.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, yeah, she was fired because it definitely went viral, and like you said, the attention that it brought, the unwanted attention that it brought to the company.
I don't think she should have done it in her company logo. Like,
right.
Even if she took the pin off and she put a jacket on or something. I mean, obviously you can still see half of her uniform, but I think that it would have been a little bit more discreet and, in a sense,
but I think
protecting her.
Even if she would have put a jacket on, she was still
100%
on the job, in the airplane, and noticeable what airlines that was on.
But without the logo, I think what Marielle is saying, if there was no logo, we wouldn't know what plane she was on, what airline. Yeah. But the fact that she really had it on there, I mean, that's.
Or if she has it in her bio or the rest of her videos, then.
Right. I just think it was a simple mistake. It just cost her.
Yeah.
It cost her a lot.
It just cost her a job. Yeah. I mean, I feel like she could have made 1,000 other TikToks and would have kept her job.
Right. I don't think that she had any ill intent.
Yeah,
right. That's why I feel bad for her.
Absolutely not.
Twerking itself is considered provocative.
Right.
Exactly.
Correct.
So I feel like if she would have made a song, a video, I got sunshine on the cloudy day, it wouldn't have mattered because that's not considered provocative. That doesn't shoot shots at the company. I feel like there was a little bit of lack of, just self-awareness.
Judgment. A lack of
judgment because work life and home life are two different things totally. And I feel like nowadays I've also seen a lot of TikToks where people doing stuff in their military uniforms or in their cop uniforms or in this or in that. So I mean, I mean, I wear a uniform, but I can't just go out there and do no crazy stuff because I am the company.
But sometimes, that's the thing. Everybody now want to just live so carefree, and I was just having fun, and but your fun is not the next person's fun. And when it costs, in, like Marna said, the company's bottom line, then they gonna say you can go have your fun elsewhere because we didn't hire you to have fun. We hired you to do a job and to help sustain our business. Now, what you do outside off the clock, me ain't got nothing to do with that. Right. But once you on the clock, you in uniform, and you're now posting this, and again, it went viral. Right. Now it's associated with our airline, and like Marna said, certain customers that they probably have certain customers that fly their airline because of the prestige or because of the professionalism or because of this, and now you're tainting that image.
Right. And if you can't do that dance in front of kindergartners, then you probably shouldn't do it in your work attire.
That's a good way.
I mean, like, you wouldn't throw your leg up on the seat and twerk in front of some little kids. But, if you
wouldn't have a job.
Yeah, but I mean, you probably wouldn't do it. So I really feel bad for her. She probably was celebrating. She probably the happiest day of her life. She's out of probation. She probably like, yes, I made it.
It's just time and place.
You made it out the door.
Wisdom knows time, man. If I want to celebrate by taking a shower or drink, I'm not going to do it at City Hall.
Yeah.
In my work clothes.
Do it in my work clothes. I'm not going to post it and probably tag the airline. I don't know what she did.
She tagged the back on airline. But she tagged it with that with her uniform and on the plane. I mean, technically, I mean,
And she looked like she didn't think they would care. Like, she probably, I didn't think they would care. She's probably genuine. But genuinely not wasn't a smart thing to do.
I think if I was a boss in this situation, I wouldn't have had no problem with it. I would have talked to her. But I felt like the popularity of the video kind of forced their hand.
That's it.
They got so much backlash, and I was like, now we have to.
If 10 people had saw it, none is
now we have to do something.
Yeah,
like so. I don't
know because if 10 people would have said it, and there was some of the 10 folks complained. Well, it probably still wouldn't have been.
One of the haters who didn't like you at work.
It would have been enough. Somebody would say, somebody would have came across somebody and be like, did you see what so and so did?
The work snitch told.
But
that's a whole nother.
But
podcast.
I want to say hey to my baby girl Morgan Rice. She is watching. We love you too. And then Kojak just said, "Dang," shaking his head.
That's all you really can do. Is like,
because because in this environment, you do feel for the person. You don't want nobody to lose their job. And then again, a lot of times we don't personally judge what we're gonna do. Or think out the consequences behind what we want to do, whether it's a happy moment or whatever the case may be, and then that moment end up costing us our dream job. Because this girl said this was her dream job.
It was just a bout lesson,
a real bout lesson.
She paid the price.
And look, guys, for everybody out there, employers do look at your social media.
Ooh, I was gonna go there. I'm happy you going there.
When you fill out the application and you turn in your application, I pull every application before I even interview, and I type your name in social media and try to see what your personality really is. And if you shooting birds all in the pictures, twerking and doing this and cursing and beads and all this on your social media, it's like, okay,
absolutely.
Do I really want to take that chance at my company?
Right.
That is an honest fact because that is something that employers do because we know that when you get in front of the interview, you go put your best face forward. Mm-hmm. You go tell us what you think we want to hear. You're going to be very professional. You're going to be very polite. And you're going to come across, the way that you should when you want to get a job or trying to get a job. Then we want to see the real you.
Right, because the real you is going to come out.
Because the real you is going to be on that social media that you're posting on.
Right.
That's what we go see who you really are. And again, with her, I mean, it's kind of sad, but I feel like you're an adult enough to know that was inappropriate. She did say in her interview that she felt like it wasn't inappropriate. I think kindergarten will know that that's inappropriate.
Right. And if you're gonna make a social media page with your real name, make that one clean. Make the other one your nickname, something that your employer can't just type in and find.
Thomas Edison.
Right.
But you know, now that you say that probably is why a lot of people have like different names as their social media. Because I'm like, why y'all just don't put your name? But now, now I see.
The only social media I have because my social is my Facebook.
Correct.
Because that's what people
you're not gonna put anything crazy on there.
And
I'm not gonna put anything crazy on anything. But Facebook is just more people watching that I know.
It's
the audience is
it's the first social platform that people go to.
And all my youngins, all my all the youngsters out there. When you're making your email address, make at least one professional one.
Yeah.
On your resume, and they got, you know what I'm saying, tastetitties dot, you know what I'm saying, whatever like that. You know, and I've seen this, honestly.
No, for real, that's real though.
At yahoo.tastetitties@gmail.com. And I'm like,
no, you're right.
You want me to email you at this address? Like, come on, y'all.
Baby Mama 14.
Yeah, Tricks and Hoes 101.
Yeah,
okay, but
101.
Also too though, I've tried with my first email address, I tried to change it. And like it's changed, but every time I send somebody something, my old email address name will pop up.
You need to cancel that all together.
It's like the polka dot girl. It's something stupid.
See, I wouldn't send the email to
but I didn't. Okay, but the thing is that I didn't.
What is she, racist? I don't know.
I didn't know though.
But what was behind the polka dot girl?
My older sister made it when I was like in 5th grade, and she was making me
get it on social media.
Yeah.
I feel.
And so she just made it something random. I don't know. You need to ask her because I don't really know.
Well, thank God I have.
Moral of the story is that even if you change your name, I've literally gone into every detailed section of the settings, and I literally can't find.
That's what my dad said. Just make another.
Delete it. 100%. But I mean, like I said, I didn't know, and when I sent it, it was to somebody who.
I have 3 emails. I feel like everybody should get 3 emails. Spam email.
I have a business one now.
A personal email and a business email.
Yeah.
I just have 3 emails. That'll make it easy for you.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Okay, so that's that for that one.
So next time we go. Want me handle this one, or you want me?
Oh, yeah.
All right, next time. For all my sports people out there,
thank God.
All right, this huge rift now between LeBron James and Stephen A. Smith. And Stephen A. Smith has tried to take the high road on this one, but people say that's because you were scared. All right, so of course LeBron James' son, Bronny James, plays in the NBA. And he has been the subject to some scrutiny about how his play on the court, he's averaging like 0.3 points a game.
That's not good.
And he's not very good. And people were saying that, of course, the only reason he's in the league because his dad is in the league. He plays for the Lakers on the same team as his dad. And LeBron pulled all these strings, but you can't protect him. So sportscasters have been saying things about Bronny James' play on the court and is he an NBA talent? Should he even be in the NBA? Across all the networks, it's a topic. So the Lakers are playing. Stephen A. Smith is sitting on the front row. After the game, LeBron James went up to him, walked up on him, and said with some choice curse words, that's my effing son. Keep my effing son name out your mouth. Basically, a Will Smith type of moment. And Stephen A. was like, "What, man?" He was like, "Yeah, don't. That's my effing son. Don't talk about my son. You know what I'm saying? That's my effing son." So a couple more things. LeBron walked off, and Stephen A. Smith was like, kind of stuck. So of course that video went viral. Somebody in the stands caught the altercation. Altercation, which Stephen A. never said anything back except, what can you say at that time? The man 6'9", standing like
240.
But it went viral. So of course, ESPN called Stephen A. Smith and said, what's going on here? This viral video of you and LeBron seemingly having some words. So which prompted Stephen A. to have to address it on First Take on his show. And he basically said, I just took this as it wasn't LeBron James, the player, coming at me. It was LeBron James, the father, coming at me. And a lot of people saying...
That's a high road. That's a high road.
He did the right thing.
And a lot of people saying, sorry, it's Stephen A. Smith. Y'all, you can't be talking about people and stuff like that. It's a split. So should Stephen A. Smith, is LeBron James right for running up on Stephen A. Smith in that way?
No. He's not. LeBron James is wrong. Stephen A. Smith's job is to talk about you.
That's right.
if LeBron James had 0 points for 30 games straight, Stephen A. Smith is going to be LeBron head for 30 days straight. I mean, I just feel like that's part of the game, man. LeBron knew that when LeBron Jr. got into the league. I'm pretty sure they had some talks, but you know, you got to keep it sports, man. It's just sports. That's all it is. There ain't nothing to it. That's how I see it. Play better.
I mean, a lot of people saying that's that man's son.
I can understand where you're coming from as far as a professional, but I'm sorry. If someone come after my kids, I have 3 now. I'm coming for you. I don't care who you are, and I'm gonna come from you. I may not say the choice words, but you go know that I'm peeping you and I'm watching you, and you better watch yourself because they ain't standing by themselves. Because a lot of time I feel like that boy's been. Now I'm not saying that Stephen A. is wrong by reporting because that is his job. Mm-hmm. I don't know what all reports that he has put on Bronny, so I can't really speak on that. But I personally, when I hear people side talking or when I see like certain stats and is he qualified to be in the NBA or is he? I feel like that he's been bullied in a sense, because I feel like they're trying to make him live up to his dad's standard. And I feel like he's in his dad's shadow and they won't allow him to grow into his own. Not to say, but again, I say, I don't know everything.
I'm saying, I don't think they expect him to live up to his dad's shadow. I think they expect him to live up to
I think he's an NBA player.
Shadow. No, you say you expect him to live up to his dad's
standard. Yeah.
Yes. I don't think that. I think they expect him to live up to an NBA player's standard. You know, so I know we got some.
Kojak said, Stephen A. just doing his job. LeBron could have pulled him to the side and said something. Just my opinion. I understand LBJ side on the father side, but that's Stephen A. job.
And I feel like this. The reason why I said, and I agree with that, Kojak.
Me too.
But I also think that Bronny Smith is a grown man.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, true. And the way I took exception to it, he making his son look bad. If my son got a bully out there in the street, he grown, I ain't gonna run up to the bully, leave my son alone, because my son got to handle that. See, as men, you have a grown, if my son was underage or something like that, but Bronny James is a professional NBA player in the NBA making over $7.6 million. Okay. When you are in this league, you are subject to scrutiny. People are going to scrutinize your play, how you play, are you good, are you bad? That's what they do. The and when we're not just talking about you for random reasons, like we're watching, like they're coming on the Houston Rockets game and bring you up. No, when the Lakers are playing and you're sitting over there on the bench and there's other players from the G League or that's really good, and you're taking a roster spot, and you're sitting on the bench, and you really can't produce, you have to talk about that.
Sports, you come with it. Yeah.
Bronny has to talk to Stephen A. Smith, or Bronny has to improve his play on the court, and that gives away. You can't send your dad to handle the bully. But I don't think he did. And I don't think he did. I just feel like LeBron has to go home. Like I would be sitting at home with my son saying, son, you're going to have to fight him. Or you're going to have to do whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and he probably is having that conversation with his son. I can't believe that he's not. But he probably was having a emotional father moment at that time. We don't know exactly what happened before that transpired with Stephen A. Because we're sitting here and we analyzing it and we're thinking about, okay, we should handle it this way, or we should have handled it this way. But we don't know how much scrutiny.
Yes, we do. They pull all the clips. We watch it. We watch First Take every day. Like we know. You talking about scrutiny from Stephen A.?
No, I'm talking about scrutiny that this child is under, not just from Stephen A. Like the other stuff that he may be going through behind the scenes that he probably talking to his father or something about.
But he didn't come at Stephen A. Smith that way. If he had came to Stephen A. and said, look, man, he got a lot on him. This, you don't know this, but this is happening. But when you run up, keep my son effing name out your mouth, that's not saying that. That's saying something. That's saying something
what he said
different.
Was right. I'm just saying we don't know. A lot of people in the heat of the moment, they act out of character at points and times. Well, people do that, and when we put people, these celebrities and these athletes, as such a pedestal or a glass house, as if they can't have human emotion.
Yeah, and I understand that. I think that the deal is they've been scrutinizing athletes since the beginning of time. Since Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, you had to play better.
I mean, I agree with that.
Stops it all.
I agree with that.
And they have all taken arrows. They've all taken shots. But just because you the King James, probably the GOAT, the best player ever regarded by some people, you can't get your son in the league like you did. Get your son in the league because you're LeBron James, then umbrella him in the league when he's a grown man. Okay. You just can't do it. You can't have it both ways.
Yeah.
You got him here. The only reason he's in the NBA is because of you. And the only reason he's playing for the Lakers is because you were threatening to leave the Lakers when your contract was over unless they got your son, which in the Lakers felt like, man, if we get Bronny, LeBron will re-sign with us, we can keep LeBron. So it was more of a thing because his stats didn't really bear out an NBA player's stats. You know what I'm saying? So
y'all saying that he shouldn't even be in the NBA?
I can't say that because I hope with practice and everything he can turn out to be a very good player. I think we're all pulling for Bronny. I think we're all pulling for Bronny. Now the youngest son, Bryce James,
he's gonna make it. He's gonna hoop. Yeah, Bryce.
But I just feel like LeBron probably shouldn't have. I think not, at least not that way.
I just feel like as a son, I'm probably around the same age as him. I don't need y'all to fight my battles no more. I mean, I understand that y'all are my parents. Listen, Mox, I already know you was going to say something. I know what you're going to say. But if anything, I can fight your battles before you can fight my battles.
You probably
at this point of age right now, you need me more than I need you in some of your fights. You're going to have to call on me before I call on you. There was a time I was in middle school. We was at a rec. It was playing basketball. And my mom went in there and took the ball from everybody, in front of everybody. I don't even think I told you this.
Oh, Lord.
Took the ball in front of everybody.
I was not made aware of this. This is
new to me. He has to go. We have to go. And if they did not know me, that could have ended my whole reputation. Yes, and you laughing. As it is now, there would be no me right now. If that would have went left. Oh, you need your mom. You need your mom. You need your mom. I didn't need her. I could have got my ball. You just be a mom and just love me sometimes. Just love me. I'd be all right.
Yeah.
LeBron James Jr. knew this was coming. He knew. He know who his dad is. He decided to play basketball in high school. He knew who his dad was. Decided to play basketball in college. Knew who his dad was. Now he in the NBA. Like he know. Like the entertainment business is for us to be entertained. And if we're not entertained, we gonna say something. And when Jalen Hurts plays bad, we gonna say something.
Yeah.
When Tom Brady throws an interception, we gonna say something. When Klay Thompson misses a three-pointer or Steph, we gonna say something. Like LeBron James is probably the most hated person in the league right now.
Yeah, he's that
good.
And
he, even though he is the best, LeBron James know the type of fire that come with this profession. So I feel like if my son was with me in this profession, you gonna know. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. LeBron know that's gonna happen. He know his son ain't hooping. Like,
and I can tell you this: most of the comments when you're reading them, most of the women are saying, "I'm going at Stephen A. Smith." Because mothers' protection of their kids, and I say this all the time, women protect their kids, men prepare their kids. I'm preparing you for what the world gonna give to you, but she gonna still protect you. But I knew at a certain point I got to cut it off, and I prepared you enough. You can call me, we can talk about it, but I'm gonna help you out that way. So most women ain't feeling it at all. They saying, "Go LeBron, I feel you."
Right.
Because if you protect them, then when something do happen, you ain't gonna know what to do.
Right.
If you tell me don't fall, and I fall, then when I fall, then what? What you got for me now?
And then Kodak said he does agree he that he's grown now and in the league. That definitely making him look bad.
Because if anything, I would look at my dad like, what you got going on at this point right now? Like, bro, I think he's weird. If my dad did that right now at work or my job or candy, like, bro, that's weird. Don't
what you do that.
Right. You tripping? Like, chill out. I don't need you. Like, I'm good. Appreciate it, but no.
Hey, I'm looking at some of the comments. I'm gonna say hello to an old friend and coworker of mine, Henry Chris. What's up, Henry, man? Good to hear from you. Hope all is well.
Me too, Chris. Me too.
Hey.
But yeah, so I don't know if we beat that with the death.
Love is just more emotional to women, I feel like. To mothers. Women and mothers. I feel like it's just more of emotional. I want you to
I
feel
like the outbursts would come quicker.
For sure.
From obviously from LeBron too. But I feel like there's an outburst, but y'all, my thing fall on my head. This house.
All right, I'm flip the camera to someone else till you fix that.
Okay.
Yeah, but
okay, but yeah.
All right.
But I just feel like, well, the way y'all talk about LeBron, maybe he think that he can get away with that kind of stuff.
Well, Stephen A. said now some of the other NBA players are mad at him and won't talk to him right now. Like the players are standing together. Like some of the players
won't talk to him as in Stephen A.
or
to
Stephen A. Because a lot of players feel like the commentators and sportscasters are too rough on them, and they human. They have it. It's hard to have arrows poked into you about your play, and he not playing well. He coming in out of shape. He looks fat. He does this. Everything you say is being scrutinized, and some people take it personal. Some players are people.
I understand that, but
and some players take it personal, and they feel like, man.
But I guess they got to understand, just like they doing a job, Stephen A. doing a job too.
But my thing is, if you so sensitive, and I hate to use that word, then don't be in the entertainment business. Entertain. I don't care how you feel. You got to entertain me. You in the wrong profession, brother. If you're more worried about mental health, go be a counselor. Please go get out the limelight and do something like that. That you have to entertain me.
Yeah,
these fans do not care about your mental health. They don't.
If you're gonna pay me $7.6 million,
don't care how you feel. Don't care how you feel. Just hoop.
Say what you want to say.
Like Stephen Curry, I don't know this, and I don't feel. Just shoot the ball, bro.
Right.
Like that's how the fans feel. I mean, I care about you. I'm a good dude. But these other folks like, bro, we don't care. Just shoot the ball. Like we don't. That don't faze me. So again, people read the contract before you sign that mug. Now, it's in fine line. It should be that we gonna talk about you if you do bad. I mean, that's like my mom. If she would have went to the Junior Olympics and
did go to Junior.
All right, if you went to the Senior Olympics and was the slowest person, it was the slowest person out there, and she was the best person and this and that, and they would have chastised her. It would have happened.
And then,
like,
run faster. That would
just run faster
to do better.
Just Bronny James. I mean, you a good dude. I believe you. Just hoop.
And I think in some of Stephen A. comments, just to close, because we're gonna close this out.
Yes.
And Stephen A.'s comment, he did say LeBron, like you're setting your son up for failure here.
Legit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like you put him in this situation that everybody's talking about him, and you know everybody's talking about him, but you don't want nobody to talk about him. But you put him in a situation where you know he's really not good enough to be here, and the only reason he's here because of you. And man, please, man, like let Bronny off the hook here. You know what I'm saying? Because he's really not an NBA level talent. So that was going at LeBron as a father for putting his son in that position more than it was Bronny's basketball play.
So do y'all feel like Bronny should back out of the NBA?
No, they're gonna have to kick me if I'm making $7.6 million.
Yeah,
they're gonna have to.
They're just gonna have to talk about it.
Yeah, if I'm getting 7 point. You have to physically take my jersey off me and get me out of the stadium.
Because I'm trusting myself that I'm going to get better.
Yeah,
that's y'all just saying that right now. I'm just a rookie. You know what I'm saying? Y'all saying that right now. Year. But let's see what they do.
Okay.
Yeah, they're going to have to. Yeah.
All right, then.
Well, who has another topic? Because I do if y'all don't own.
Well, he ready for the topics tonight, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is the one that's nearest and dearest to me of all the topics tonight.
Oh, Lord.
All right.
I don't think we heard this one, fellas.
No, I didn't. I didn't warn y'all about this one. Okay. Y'all do know that several years ago, Fort Benning was renamed Fort Moore. Okay?
Yep.
Y'all, and it was for obvious reasons. We know who Benning was. And they wanted a more appropriate title that was non-offensive. And for all of y'all that don't know, Fort Benning was a general in the Confederate Army who fought to keep slavery. He made some very vocal statements during right before he, went into battle, about, he rather die than let black people be free here. He was very upset with the North because, they were cutting out slavery there. And he was making statements saying the North is going to come down here and free all the blacks, and the blacks going to end up taking us over and making the South look like a new Africa. This was Benning, who Fort Benning is named after, and there are a lot of black soldiers that are there. Okay. They thought better and named it Fort Moore. Now, recently, maybe a week or so ago, they changed it back from Fort Moore.
I didn't even know they changed that.
It was Fort Benning again.
To Fort Benning. Under the Trump administration, because there were so many people mad that they changed the name. I was at work And I'm so angry about this. I was at work and I saw two people talking about it. Two Caucasian people were saying, it's just a name.
It's just a name.
It's just a name. I mean, what is all the hoopla about? They shouldn't have changed it in the first place. Y'all talk to me. How you feel out there?
Oh, I'll talk to you. First of all,
that is wild to me.
Like I said, I did not even know that. I didn't know they changed it back.
I'll talk to you. She's gonna eat now.
First of all, I did not know that they changed it back. My thought process is, how long did it get them and take them to change it?
Right.
Who was in charge of that? And then how are they all of a sudden just going to change it right back? And is that same person still in charge? Like of like changing the name? Like not. I mean, I know it's a group of people, but
I don't know. I think it came from up top.
It's the president,
and 100%. I think that was another way that our current administration is saying we're going to make America great again. We're not going to let y'all administration let it go too far. And the rebel flag, the Dixie flag, rebel flag, is something that the Confederate soldiers fought by. Mm-hmm. They fought to have that back. They wanted the old rebel flag back. They denied, but they're trying to get it reinstated because all of our ancestors died for this flag. But the thing is,
I got to jump in. I got to jump in because here's my thing. All of our ancestors died to have the Fort Benning name. All of our ancestors died to have this flag.
You mean they're white?
No, I'm talking about. I'm quoting.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what they're saying, right? Yeah. But when we talk about our ancestors, they want us to forget our history. They want to take our books out of school. They don't want us. They want to backdate the laws when everything that our ancestors fought and died for. Mm-hmm. So my thing is the hypocrisy and the double standards. I'm just over it. If you come to me with that bull crap and you don't want to listen to all of history, I don't want to listen to your white history because we already know that. We already got that.
Y'all lived it.
We lived that. Our ancestors lived that. And you want to tear down our HBCUs because we can't go to your privately schools. Right. You want to, you don't want our children to learn their history unless they're learning it at home because you want to erase all of the bad things that America has done to our people. And I don't think that it's right. If you want to sit here and you want to fight and you want to change your name back to Fort Benning, then we can have our HBCUs. We can teach our history in schools. What is the problem? If we're not going to remember ours, why do we got to stand and remember y'all?
My thing, it too is just because it's your history don't mean it's right.
Oh, 100%.
Our people, as in blacks, they fought too.
Right.
Correct.
We shot too. We died too.
Right.
We tried to hold the flag too. Like we did everything that y'all ancestors said they did.
Yeah.
We did that too. But we still don't like it. So that's my thing. Like just because it's yours, is it right? I mean, I don't understand this. The lack of It's just I hate ignorance. I'm not a racist person.
It's the humanity detachment to it. Because it's like, it's not that it's not a part of history. It's just that it doesn't include everyone, or it's a divisive part of history. And then you say you want to bring everybody back together. It's the United States of America, but you're still glorifying these divisive things to keep us apart. America is the only country, and we talk about this all the time. America is one of the only countries that has so many different nationalities, so many different type of people here. And it's just like, but we are also the only country, well, I ain't gonna say the only, but even with how many different backgrounds or how many different cultures that we have within our country, we divide everybody against one another.
Right. Really back on the Fort Benning, it's just that there's some people that I like. I got it.
Okay.
There's some people that I really like that I heard talking about this. And they were saying, I don't know why they changed the name in the first place. You know, they just really like,
ignorant.
They can't understand. And I'm standing within an earshot like, are you serious? You know, and I'm thinking to myself,
get real serious.
Now, why would I want to be a soldier at Fort Benning under this historically racist name and presence? This man wanted to keep me as a pet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm supposed to be proud of the Army base that everybody holds this name at such high esteem. What does that mean you feel about me? If you hold that name at such high esteem,
that is not a deal breaker.
What makes you what would I think you think about me?
Exactly.
You fought to keep me as a slave and a pet. And just because he did, we got to honor that. There are people who fought for lots of reasons. And his big motto is, they say, Fort Benning, whenever they say his name, they say he fought hard. What general didn't fight hard?
Right.
That died. Like, I'm going to go out here and half-ass it and fight and die.
Right.
But
who in the military doesn't fight hard?
And back to one of your points, when we were talking about it, you also said he didn't win.
No, he lost.
Right.
He lost the war.
Yes.
And you want to honor that.
Right.
In the current administration.
That's how you know it's wrong.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
So you want to honor a loss.
Right. And Fort Moore was the name that we all could be proud of. White people can be proud of. Black people can be proud of. Everybody can be proud of. He's a great general. He fought for the right reasons. And he did things the right way. Period. Now you have a guy that everyone can't be proud of. And you're happy about that. That's going to draw a line between your soldiers. And you think that that's better off than someone we all can be proud of. I don't get it.
My thing about white people that makes me so mad is that it's the fact that they value the things that have always been, and they just want to keep it. And they value that more than they value people, humanity, and what somebody actually stood for. Because honestly, most of them probably could care less about what he stood for. But because it's always been that way, they want to keep it that way.
Right.
And the thing is that it's not just about that name. Like, it is about that way in general. And that pisses me off. Because I'm like, the fact that you can even for your kids, like, you are setting them up for whoever is going into the Army to value that name the way that you value the name, and you are teaching them to value, whether you say it verbally or not, that slavery is okay and that you want to keep it, and you're the problem.
That's right.
So Kojak said, wow, he didn't know that about Fort Benning and didn't know they had changed the name.
And Kojak, that's where I'm from to go. White people. I don't know how to say it. God.
Just say it. But say it.
It's my turn. It's my turn.
Yeah.
You can't be ignorant forever. I feel like we as blacks, we try to know our history. Well, us at least. I can speak for us. Y'all have your history, and I feel like y'all still don't know it. A lot of y'all are just ignorant.
100%.
It's just a name. It's just a name. No, because I bet you they the same ones that didn't know.
That's what I'm saying. They don't. Yeah.
Y'all need to know y'all history as well, so I can stop making these bull comments. And if you make the comments with knowing your history, then I see how I'm coming. But a lot of times, I just feel like a lot of y'all go off he say, she say. I'm American. I'm white like them. I can do this. I can do that. I'm white. 4th of July applies to me. I do this. I'm white. I can do this and that. Y'all got to do y'all research as well, because a lot of stuff y'all don't think it seems like what it is. It's different than what y'all think it is.
But when you're not coming from a people of oppression,
correct,
then you don't have to know the history. Because like you just said, I look like them. This is what they're telling me. So this is something that we can be proud of. And like Marielle was saying, it's something that's always been. And that's true with white people. It's like when they vote, it's because of my family vote this way. My families are Republican. I can't go against
It's always been that.
Yeah, it's always been that.
And that's what happens when you don't know your history.
And they don't have to break down. They don't have to break down their history. They really don't, because they were not oppressed.
They were winning. And
exactly.
And that's the point that I was going to make. Yeah. And not all of them, but the people who feel like that, a lot of people just they have a lack of basic compassion and empathy that could make them good people. They don't have it.
That's good.
Because it's hard for some people to empathize with something that they've never been through.
Right.
They don't know how it feels on the other side. So just, they can get over it. I mean, because they don't get it. A lot of times, if you haven't been through it and it doesn't affect you, you just don't get it. And I think that a lot of them, they want to go back to a time, which is Make America Great Again, when they were winning. And they're still winning. It's just the fact they want to go back to a time
when
they were number one based on their skin color, not merit.
Correct.
You should want to be the best at something because of merit. You earned it, not because of simply what color you are.
Something that you cannot control.
And they want to go back to a time when they could stack the deck and win, and no one can stop them from stacking the deck to win. Win because you're better, or you excelled in this, or were superior in this based on what you actually did, not by simply what color you are.
Right. And then something like what you said, and I can't remember exactly because you said a lot right then, but I was trying to jump into the point that I wanted to make they want us that they want America to be a certain way. I know what it was. You said they don't have
basic
empathy.
Compassion or empathy.
Yeah. Right. Compassion or empathy. But you have, how can I say, you have thoughts about when we have pride in our people. Mm-hmm. Like when we have Black pride, you almost think that
you're offended.
It's anti-white. And that's not what Black pride is.
Right.
It's like, and it's a couple of posts that I've seen going across TikTok and Facebook is saying, please understand that my Black pride don't make me anti-white, because I have a lot of white friends that I love and I adore. Mm-hmm. But my Black pride is to stand up and say that I am proud of who I am, regardless of what you try, not everybody, but what we're being put through or what trying to be put on us. Mm-hmm. We're still proud in who we are. Right. And they take that as offensive, or they try to even take that away from us. Yes. They try to make it where there's a positive coming from us. They try to make it a negative. Mm-hmm. Right. Like we can't even be proud of who we are as a people.
Right. And I just think that I agree with you. And please understand, we're not talking about all white people.
No,
we're talking about the white people that have that mindset of superiority based on their color.
Right.
And wanting
Proud Boys.
And they're championing their new president to take them back when they were winning and they couldn't be stopped. And that just brings forth another point. If we make America great again, when it was great to that majority of America, it wasn't great for the rest of America. It was just great for them. And people, if we go back there, they have a sense of feeling that, they could run everything again, but the rest of the world sees you now. But you can't sneak up on anyone anymore. You can't sneak up on the Indians and give them diseases and the clothes and the guns. You can't, trick us and we come over here and put us in shackles and slaves anymore. You can't do it. That's why they're using different strategies. Because the whole world see you coming. So now they're at a point of let's just bully it back and take it by force. Yeah. Let's just take over. Change all the laws, fire all the judges, do everything that we need to do, rewrite everything, take this away, end this, stop this, bully stop it.
And father stretch the wealth gap.
And do this by force, because they can't con anyone to doing it again. It's now we see you. You have to do it another way, and then that's what we see coming. That's what's happening.
That is exactly what's happening.
And to that, I mean, to all those people who want it great again, all those Americans that want it great again, I can speak for myself and my wife and our future family. I'm not going.
Yeah.
As an American, under my constitutional right, I'm not going. So whoever listening can take that how they want to take it. I'm not going to that. So that's all I got to put out there.
And the thing is, when you ask them, give me a time period for you that it was great, that you want to go back to that again. When was that? and no one really can articulate that answer.
They cannot.
I don't think that it's that they can't articulate it. They just don't want to say it. Although
Right.
although that they're doing it right in front of our faces,
they're just not saying.
They're just not going to
words.
say it. So, and then I was always taught actions speak louder than words.
100%.
So if you don't say it, and I'm looking at your actions, you telling me what you all about, anyways.
Right.
It just saddens me because, you know, the Civil Rights Act was not even over 60 years ago,
right?
Where the equality of Black people, people with disabilities, women, you know, Black and white, because we say, you know, they want to go back to make America great again. When people look like them, that's not necessarily all the way the truth, because white women didn't even have the same rights.
Right.
And I need women to understand that.
Right. And then it's just like, so, but so many people are willing to vote against their own rights. Just
to make America great again.
Just to make America great again.
Listen, go back and do your history homework.
And go back, because I'm looking at like all
white
these
women.
people that are voting or have voted, that I am literally seeing articles where they are regretting their vote, and they were, you know, voting under a promise that was spoken over and over again. And this one, it was a Hispanic. And he was saying that how ICE came to his door, talked to him about deportation. He was like, he's an American citizen. And he was like, he can go and get his driver's license or whatever to show that. They didn't want to see it at first. They were just saying, we got paperwork for this name that's living at this address, and you are Hispanic and you were finna be deported. And he was like, well, let me go and get my stuff, and I can show you that I'm an American citizen. And then when he said they were saying he's an American citizen, one of the cops looked at the other cop and was like, do you believe that? And he said to him, the guy, the Hispanic, he was like he was saying, I don't believe this bull. So, but they allowed him to go back and get his stuff, and saw that he was a legal citizen, and they was just finna just deport this man just because he was Hispanic. And he was like, he felt like the administration is tasking them to go off of all Hispanics, just to go after them. And then their questions are you, well, we got information to deport you. Are you American citizen? Do you have a court date? Do you have paperwork that's in progress? And none of those things really don't even matter, because they're deporting some of them anyways, even with that stuff into place. And so now he's regretting his vote, because he was like, he felt like the administration was going to go only after the illegal immigrants, not the legal immigrants, but the illegal immigrants. But it's like they're going after all of them.
Let me break it down to you. And I don't care who is offended by this. Donald Trump does not like you if you are not white. Like, if you are not white, he does not like you. He doesn't want you here.
He can't.
And because you go against his white nature, you go against his desire to have America great again. Obviously, he does not want you if you are not white. So my thing is like, the fact that people can't see that, and he literally verbally states these things. Like, I need white people to understand that obviously, if you're racist, then you're just racist, and you don't want anybody else here.
We're not talking
but like, I'm talking about the people who are not racist and who actually have a heart and who care for people in general, and not just for color. Like, you need to understand that he's stating these things and he's doing these things, and that's his heart.
Right.
Like,
and saying that, I voted for Trump because I want him to lower the food and stuff like that.
Gas.
No
groceries.
We know that you voted for him for all the other stuff. So, like, you want to vote for the food and stuff to go down, and it's still going up.
Yeah.
But you're saying how he feels about everyone else. I can deal with that. I'm fine with that, just long as he make the price of bread go down, and it has.
It went up.
It went up. Now, we're not talking about eggs.
And that was another post that I seen too that just hit home, because it's like, I'm not saying that everybody voted for him as a racist, but I am saying that being a racist wasn't a deal breaker.
Like, that's for sure.
So it's just
and that's good.
It's like,
I was gonna say,
where you may not be, but you don't care that he is.
Right. That's the thing is, if you voted for him, then you vote. You are okay with that. Like, you're okay with everything he's doing.
Right. And I'm just saying, changing it back to Fort Benning.
That's
a slap in the face.
That is a slap in the face.
I mean, it's just like Absolutely. We don't care what
about
they think.
All America.
We don't care about whatever. I don't care if Benning was racist. I don't care. But that was our Benning, and it was history of the South, and we want it back the way it was. We don't care how it offends anyone else, because changing it from Fort Benning in the first place was offensive to us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. It's all about what's offending you, and not us.
But more than offend anybody, and he was white too. So
but he didn't stand for what they stood for.
Right, so there you go. He didn't stand for that. So it's like, all right, come on, y'all.
And it goes back to and so that makes me understand that you do understand.
Right.
White people do understand, like, okay, it impacts me a way that I don't want it to impact me. So we want it back. But you can't understand, like, the sense of Black Lives Matter without saying all lives matter.
Right.
But you can say Fort Benning matter, and Fort Benning wasn't for everybody else, but you okay with that. Right. So that just goes to show that you only care about a certain group of people, and that's it. That's all you care about.
I had a conversation with someone a long time ago. It was actually not a long time ago. It was when they first changed it, and they were white, and they were an older woman, and they were heavily offended that the name was being changed. And I, of course, am going to verbalize the specifics of why they changed it. And she was pressed that I said anything. And I was like, I don't care that you're pressed. But that is why they changed it. And that is a rightful
change.
And a great change. And even then, the fact it was how defensive she got, not even just because she felt like I was coming at her at that point, and I wasn't even coming at her. I was just stating facts. Mm-hmm. And she felt like I was coming at her. And then also, too, she was trying to still defend the name and the person.
She know you married to a Black man?
Oh, she sure does. And so my thing is like, the fact that you still are trying to defend him and like literally ignoring everything that I just said, not even like, even when you're defending him, not even saying that this didn't happen or this wasn't said. It's the fact that she was like diehard defending him.
It's the Matrix.
I know. The thing is that she didn't even like, obviously Jen know him. Her point too was that it's always been that.
Yes.
And like, it's like the fact that you can defend somebody, even if you do know the truth, just because it's always been that, that's diabolical.
You know what's funny? Diabolical. The MAGA people are trying to go this way and society's going that way.
Yes. That's exactly right. They want to go back.
Our generation, we're not going for none of that.
No.
I speak on behalf of all of us. We're not going for none of that. Good, bad, or ugly. We got white lions now. Well, we got everything now. Like we're not.
Yeah, it's.
But the thing is, we have to. There are strategies that's trying to put our country in a backwards spin, and we have to know those strategies. Mm-hmm. It goes back to what Pastor Brad was saying at church Sunday when he was like, "You have to know your enemy."
100%.
Because when military go to war, they don't go to war blind. They study their enemy's strategies, their enemy's plans, so that you know what you need to do to overcome that.
That's good.
And fortunately with us, physically, mentally, on the secular side of life, fleshly side of life, we have to do things to put things for, like we say, faith without works is dead. But then we also know that we can hide behind the rock of the Most High God,
right?
And that He will fight our battles for us. Not to say that
for sure
He is gonna just we sit back and let Him fight.
Yeah, it's not cliche.
But it's not as simple as that. Right. But we have to lean into him and really, listen to how he's guiding us to overcome some of these things.
Right. And we've all said great points, and it's all facts. It's just that it's hard to argue with someone who doesn't care. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, when they can't make a logical argument about why things should progress away from that.
They repeat themselves.
They say, then if you don't like our country, go back to where you came from.
Here.
Or if you don't like it, leave. We built this country. Then it's like, so they try to go away from logical arguments. Like, if you say this out loud, why you want this to go back to Fort Benning? It doesn't sound good to make a logical point, because it doesn't even sound right.
It attacks your integrity and character, right. And you don't want that to be attached.
Let's shift the argument and just yell and talk about, just rant about something else, because your argument is flawed.
We built this country.
But the fact is, it's back to Fort Benning, so it has support.
Mm-hmm. Just know.
And either we didn't speak loud enough, or they just bullied it back and said, we can do what we want. So
right. And that's more so what I feel like it is. It was a play of we power. Have the control.
It was a power play.
It was. I don't care how nobody else feel. If this is what we want it to be named, it's going to be named that.
That part.
My thing is, you do what you can. You can't do what you want. In my world, I'm not one of them people that you can kill in the middle of the street and get away with it. I'm not one of them. Just know that. To whoever said that on national television, Donald Trump, I ain't one of them. Just know.
Well, it's the fact of the matter is, he is the president of the United States of America.
Absolutely.
Whether we like it or not. And that's exactly what I was going to say. And we still have to pray, because at the end of the day, we know that there's no higher authority than God. We know that. And we know that there is nothing that's going to be done unless it's in God's control.
Right.
So it's something for us to learn from this. Mm-hmm. We just got to know what it is that we got to learn. And we just pray that if anybody that is listening, that has a heart, that is a true Christian, a Christian by the heart and not by what you say out your mouth, that you're trying every day to live a lifestyle that exemplifies the Father, that we pray that, you are doing the right things, and that you are praying and uplifting the president of the United States, because he needs it.
Yes,
he absolutely needs it. And just because he may not be the person that we selected to be put in office, he's there now.
He is there.
He's there now. So we have to pray for him. We have to pray for the people that surrounding him. We have to pray for his family members. We have to pray. And then we have to also not be ignorant to the devices that is being strategized against us. And we have to learn how to, make our own strategies and do things that we can to move our family forward, even during this time. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. Well, guys, we're a little over an hour and 2 minutes right now. We talked about a lot. If you have some comments, whether you wanted us to speak about them live on the show or not,
or privately, we would love to have private conversations.
Inbox us privately. Make your comments known. We'll come back. If you don't want us to say your name, we won't say your name. But we'll talk about those comments and see if we can bring some of those to light, if y'all have a different point of view.
Because it's time for our country to heal.
That's right.
Right. And white people, Jesus was not white. Okay?
And we'll end our show with that. And until next time, we thank you for